So, good evening and welcome to VegfestUK Summerfest Online 2020. Here we are at 22:15 British Summer Time on August the 15th, 2020. Just coming towards the end of the second day of the Summerfest. This is the first day open to the public. We had a very successful trade and media day yesterday. We've been open since 9 a.m. this morning, pretty much broadcasting. And here we are now just wrapping up with what is going to be an exceptional piece of live music coming to you, streamed live, straight out of Los Angeles in America. This is the absolute joys of the online world. This is where we really benefit. And it gives me enormous pleasure to be able to introduce you, for those of you listening, either live now or indeed on a recording, because this is going to be recorded. It will be available for 30 days after the show's ended on the show platform. You can come back and view the show, view this performance, and I can assure you this is going to be quite likely the highlight of the whole show, actually. And a performance I think you're going to want to see more than once. So we're very lucky to be joined now by the Wake Up Experience, who are going to introduce themselves from their studio in Los Angeles. Here's the Wake Up Experience, going to talk to us for about 10 minutes and then go into a live set.
What's up, VegFest UK 2020?
What's up, VegFest UK 2020?
That's it.
How you doing, Tim?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. We've been at it all day. We've been having a lot of fun and we've had some quality panels. But I think this is one that's going to be really, really interesting. So, you know, you've been in LA now. You've been in the studio for a bit. Just tell us a little bit about the music you've been doing, first of all.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the Wake Up Experience. I go by Evan Bain, and this is my main man over here, Rise. I'm the MC. He's the man behind the music, the producer, and the vocals. And we've been very heavily working on our latest project, which combines veganism, social activism, health, wellness, humanity, justice, freedom, all of the things that we definitely believe in. All the things that we try to exhibit in our own lives and in our own activism, and we put that all into our music. So that's what we're doing right now, all the way from Inglewood, Los Angeles, California.
Fantastic. Well, it's absolutely thrilling that you can join us. I mean, I think it's about 20 past 2 in the afternoon in LA. I should imagine it's reasonably warm. It's a little bit chilly over here in England. I can't say it's a lovely summer's evening, but it is a lovely evening nonetheless. And we have had a really outstanding Summerfest so far, and a real joy to share. Now we've at VegFest, we've been doing, putting on music for the best part of 20 years. In fact, the very first VegFest we had in 2003 in Bristol was, all the time music in the background, a whole genre we travelled through. I remember doing a DJ myself. We travelled through about 3 genres, 3 or 4 decades of music then, and that was 20 years ago. And in that time, we've had some phenomenal acts, and I don't know if you just caught earlier, we had a Damsky who was just doing a remix of his track Killer, which was #1 30 years ago all over the world.
Classic, yeah.
And it is a real joy to have it. But tell us, Rise, a little bit, what about being a vegan then? So what's the thing about being vegan that goes in with the music?
Oh, man, Tim, first of all, I just want to say I love you, brother. And we're really grateful to be here, and we appreciate you having us here, man. So just want to thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Well, we've had these conversations for a long time as far as just being artists. We don't like to limit ourselves. We like to express our wholeness through our art, like there's a lot of artists that we might, we might be critical at times, like why are they limiting themselves? So we saw an example of people doing something that we were like, that doesn't feel good to us. So let's express who we are fully within our music, especially things that we care deeply about. So, I mean, we're not like, we're fairly new vegans. I've been vegan for 4 years. He's been vegan for 3. And it just, made sense. You know, like we care, and we want to spread a message. We want to see a world full of peace and love and acceptance and compassion and kindness and community. So why would we not put it in our music and hopefully inspire other people to care about the same things, or maybe just light that flame in them? Or even furthermore, we know that there's a community of people that care about these things already. And it can be hard being vegan sometimes. You know, it can be really hard when you have an awareness of the extreme injustice that's going on in the world. And the way I see it is we need each other. Like, we need each other to like be there for each other, to support ourselves, support each other through, I think, what can be some very emotionally challenging times. Sure. You know, to have this awareness of like what is happening to our fellow earthlings is just, it's hard. It's really hard. So part of our intention is to create art that inspires our community and encourages us to keep moving forward, you know, and just to remind us of how much love there is.
And it's beautiful too, Tim, because to have a brother and a business partner and a friend that we're able to be on this journey with each other, to support each other, it's invaluable, you know. So like you said, the conversations we have, the music that we're making, the visuals we create, these are all things that we can bounce ideas, bounce support off one another to try to keep each other up. Because like you said, it does get difficult, and to have somebody that you're sort of riding with or traveling on this journey with is just, it's a beautiful thing. And it's a blessing, quite frankly. So, yeah.
I would second that. I mean, I've been reflecting quite a lot today on my own little journey. You know, I mean, 36 years I've been vegan, and that's actually quite a short time compared with some of the people on the planet who've been doing this sort of 50, 60 years. Some of my friends in the UK have been vegan that long. And it is a real blessing, and it's quite a challenge. It is quite a punishing journey sometimes, and I know that we've got a lot of people who stood up for animals who've you know, suffered quite a lot. Personal cost has been, for some people, excessive, and I know that we were talking to people like Ronnie Leal earlier today, who you know, he went vegan in 1971, and yeah, he spent like 6 or 7 years in jail for the cause. That kind of thing is like, you know, that's a heavy price to pay. But you're lucky in a way, because although it's a difficult world, music is a very challenging world. And I know this from being a fairly failed musician myself. You know, I've had a stab at it a number of times, and I did come out with a rap in 1988. But that was the only one, so I won't embarrass myself for doing it, because, you know, I didn't go up the stage of them. That was the only one, so there's a good enough clue. And it'll stay there fairly safely in the locker. But just you know, we hear a lot, actually, when we've been doing VegFest. We've heard quite a lot of musicians. I'll be honest, you know, the vegan message, it doesn't generally translate that well into music. That's what I've noticed. I've found it's a very difficult genre. And if you look back at things like the protest songs, perhaps the history, especially West Coast America, if you think in the late 60s and the incredible protest music that came out of that era, you know, it was incredibly creative. And I think that whole kind of social justice unrest, that anti-Vietnam sort of thing, you know, rock and roll and music really suited that. But I think for veganism, it's particularly challenging. I was just wondering if you know, because I've heard your music, and I have to say, it really is exceptional. I think you've done an exceptional job with getting a vegan message into both the music and the lyrics and the kind of whole performance. That's a real art form. But before you perform and tell us how wondrous you are, and see if we all agree with my opinion, and I know our host here has got the very high opinion of you too. He's a very enthusiastic fan already, our moderator. Have you had any, you know, what you might call failures? Have you had any goes at this where you thought, you know what, like my rap from 1988, it's kind of consigned to the bin. Maybe it'll come out one day, but if you had, if you had a few false starts, do you think?
Yeah, well, just to put it into perspective, I moved out to Los Angeles 9 years ago to start working on this project so we could physically be in the same place. So this is, our journey started even longer than 9 years ago. We met in college, so we've been friends for a while. And, as we have grown, and gotten a more clear understanding of even who we are and all the things that we really care about, it's just informed our music and even the project. I mean, we weren't always called the Wake Up Experience. We've been doing music with different names and all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah, absolutely. It's taken some time.
You've had a few false starts. Yeah.
That's
how you learn, though. Sometimes, isn't it? Is by what you set out to do something, and it's what you don't achieve that shows you what you can achieve.
Sure.
if you perhaps shift your focus sometimes. So.
Plus, we also, I think the genre of music we're in right now is helpful because hip hop people are accustomed within hip hop to hearing messages and politics and things that really matter. Now, that doesn't mean all hip hop does that, but I mean, within hip hop, you have those messages and have since it started, And so we're just building on a legacy that came before us. And I think the other thing too is we don't just put veganism into the music, we put ourselves into the music, and we are vegan. So that it starts with us and comes from us. And I think that's why I hope that our music feels like authentic and true to who we are as people, and why I feel like vegans and non-vegans will respond to the music and the style and the sound and all of that. And that's the goal, So.
Well, it definitely was from my experience. And I think tonight you're going to do a little bit of a stripped back set. You're going to do some of your material. I know you've got more material up your sleeve. Just before you go into the set, do you want to tell us a little bit about your plans and releases and what's happening with the Wake Up experience over the next few weeks and months or two?
Go ahead. Yeah, we have our next single coming out September 19th. That's September 19th. It's called New Human. And we've been collecting videos from vegans all over the world to participate in the video, either lip syncing, putting up peace signs, heart hands, praying hands, because we really want this to represent sort of the face and the voice of veganism within the song. And so we've been working really hard on that. Our next single after that is going to be a song called I Don't Belong to You, which is an animal liberation, animal rights song. And we're going to play some pieces of both of those today for you. So.
Brilliant. Well, I think we're looking forward to it. I think we're just about ready to start. So, folks, if you're listening, you're in for a bit of a treat. I just think we should just say a little thanks out to Lee, who put us in touch. Lee from the Art Compassion Project, and there is a fantastic art gallery going on. There's over 250 paintings from 70 artists across the globe. So thanks to Lee for putting us in touch. It wasn't very long ago. I think it was only about 2 weeks ago, in fact. And again, one of the joys of the online world is we can move really quickly and get things done, and we can join in, do this, and it's just fitted really well. So the Wake Up experience, we're going to have about 20 minutes, half hour, I think, of some material. It's fresh, it's live, and with further to do, ladies and gentlemen, visitors to the VegfestUK Summerfest Online. Here we had the Wake Up experience live over here, coming at you live from LA. Take it away.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it, man.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
I feel like we should have ran into the room off of that, Tim, like live.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's really beautiful to be here with y'all and to have this 20 to 30 minute space to just rock with you, share who we are, and just vibe, Some of this material we put together specifically for this. Other things are recomposed from other songs that we have, but either way, you're going to catch the vibe and hopefully enjoy it,
Yeah. So I know Tim had asked us some questions. Maybe you're just tuning in here, but the name of our project is called the Wake Up Experience. It's our mission to consciously create and inspire peace, love, unity, and justice for all humans, animals, and the planet. Both of us are vegan. We've met in college. We've been friends for a long time, doing music together for a long time. This is primarily a hip hop project, but we fuse other genres within it. We're hoping that we can spread love in the world and spread kindness and compassion through veganism. And you know, as far as the way we see it, is everything is connected. We're all connected. We're connected to each other, to animals and the planet, and we just put that into our music. So we hope that you feel it, and we hope that you become fans. And we hope that you spread the word and share it, and we want to inspire everyone on the planet to be vegan.
Our name, The Wake Up Experience, comes from the journey of life, or the clarity of a moment. We consider all of those to be wake-up experiences. So it's never a place that you arrive to. You are always en route on that journey. So we can have highs, we can have lows, we can have good days, we can have bad days. But at the end of the day, we're all here sharing the same unique experience collectively. We, first thing we want to say is we're opposed to all forms of oppression. And we put that message into all of our music. And our hope and our intention is to dissolve the many ways in which we separate ourselves, that separate from each other, separate from non-human animals, and separate from the planet. So this song here is about hope, and we're dreaming in color. So I need every sweet bang partnered with them Django's, reclaiming our freedom for all of my Negroes. We should all be famous the way we all got mangled, trapping us all in the system where brothers get locked up so corporate make payroll. Grow your garden, preach your angel, we in Eden, reaping J-Lo's in a circle, no angle, smoking with black hippies that won't play no game shows. Let's recount the swing votes that took Luther Vandross. The power of love, the power of love's never too much. So I'm giving y'all lingo, you better be thankful. Embrace your ears on my Van Gogh and replace your fears with halos. Pray till you faithful, cause angels connect when our hands fold. Fame is fast, acclaim should be slow. Just follow your rainbow, cause we dreaming in color.
We dreaming in color.
To free us from color.
We dreaming in color.
Yeah. We dreaming in color.
We dreaming in color.
To free us from color.
Take off our blinds, help us see one another. We dreaming, yeah. We dreaming, yeah. We dreaming. Take off our blinds, help us see one another. We dreaming, yeah. We dreaming, yeah. We dreaming. Take off our blinds, help us see one another.
There's always gonna be some pain.
Baby, don't lose your fight.
They say one man could change the world.
I'ma say that's only halfway right, cause women try to get men to mind.
I've seen the way that can ruin lives. I've seen her endure some brutal times.
Somehow still find beauty in life.
Ain't the irony bleak?
Equality cause the isms are free.
So stop holding me back, I've been recently seen. And now my black life matters, what a relief. Where's the someone answering prayers?
God,
I ask a lot, but I promise to share.
God,
blessings on blessings, icon my essence.
Wake up the message, giving all our best gifts.
For the kids raised to deviate. In them Hell's Kitchens on easy bake. Evaporators, they steam away.
Too many black lives abbreviate. For 846, we seem to take.
So don't let these cops get off easy, K.
That's the jungle, I'm easy prey. When they say my value depreciates, that's cause they don't appreciate all that we built for this freedom place. Like when Kaepernick knelt for allegiance.
We should have been praising his genius.
Why not celebrate black survival? We built Cairo.
In hieroglyphics.
We all just need some relief.
And together we all will achieve it.
We're dreaming in color.
And together we all will achieve it.
We're dreaming in color.
And together we all will achieve it.
To free us from color.
And together we all will achieve it.
We're dreaming in color.
Take off our blinds, help us see one another. We dreamin', we dreamin'.
Dream.
We dreamin', we dreamin'. Yeah. We dreamin', we dreamin'. Take off our blinds, help us see one another. Yeah. We dreamin', we dreamin'. Yeah. We dreamin', we dreamin'. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Take off the blinds, help us see one another. We're dreaming in color, y'all. That was beautiful, Ross.
Thanks, brother. You too.
The next joint we're gonna get into.
While you talk about this, I'm gonna get this ready.
We put out a music video about a year ago under the title Blackballin'. And the interesting thing about it is we were engaging and in conversation with issues of social justice, racial discrimination, police brutality, because these issues, as we know, have plagued societies all over the world for a very long time. But specifically during these COVID times and all of the injustice and sort of upheaval in the streets that people have been fighting for, the song became even more culturally and culturally relevant, is a good way of saying it. And so we put together this music video to express our ideas around having an intolerance for injustice, having an intolerance for racism and other things like that. The song is called Blackballin', and what blackballing means is basically even when you are in a situation where you may have pressures on you or racism on you or discrimination, you keep shining your best light, putting your best foot forward. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to play our first single for you. It's our music video. We actually put this out a year ago. As Evan was saying, it's called Blackballin'. So as we also previously mentioned, there's a connection between human rights and animal rights. And we really believe that the more compassion that we can show for humanity, the more that's going to help the vegan movement as well. You know, there's a lot of pain and suffering on the planet, and you know, to let people be seen and be heard and loved and have compassion, we're gonna uplift each other. And the more we uplift each other, we really believe that there's going to be more kindness towards non-human animals and the planet. So we just want to share that perspective with you. And we're going to be playing, we're going to share our screen here. And then this is our song called Blackballin'.
And right before that, we are giving a trigger warning because as artists, we use the full realm of language and also visuals to communicate our message. And sometimes that message is controversial. Sometimes that message is political. Sometimes it's hard for people to stomach. But at the end of the day, if you watch from the beginning to the end of the video, you will see the cycle of hatred going to love And so during certain parts of the song, we actually take the perspective of hate. So we don't want it to be confused with anybody. We are loving individuals. Our music is loving, but the visuals and the music and the lyrics come from a certain perspective. And there's definitely some energy and some fire behind them. So yeah, please enjoy Blackballing.
As we observe the madness of the ego, it's clear that right or wrong, good versus evil, merely perpetuate the illusion of separation. This madness will only dissolve once humanity as a whole knows truth, oneness, peace, love, and joy.
There be no more imitating the black that you be hating, the black that built nations. Cause we blackballing you racist. I should snatch the silicone out of your lips and asses. What you suntanning for? Perhaps a little blackness. You Jackie, playing with our natural. They turn around and hate on anything a little blackish. Make America great again. Oh no, we moving backwards. You love to see my melanin put in the casket. Then put that on the Foxes, cause you know they never fact check. Cause y'all like the alright, the noose is in the swastik. Pour the gas, light a match, grab a fag and fry the glasses. It's crazy Twitter fits gets the spazzing. Like when niggas couldn't tuck code, they love cashes. But damn, they bam, my man couldn't draft him. Y'all see blacks like we fellas and we bastards. We see the white boys and they fuckboy type of actions. Insanity got us all reaching for them ratchets. Ready to air it out, going Paddock and all you savages. They flood the hood with drugs and all the addicts. Don't feel us with no feelings, the killing is psychopathic. Get those in my deep pits for the pigs that we put in badges. They lock my niggas are filling all the prisons the fastest. Kept us on the vacate, but left us with the baggage. Stole us on my labor, so you could all be lavish. You wasn't better no eye when some of us died from all of the lashes. Now watch me whip this backlash on your ass, bitch. This goes out to anyone engulfed in great white supremacy, sharpens, racist, haters, bigots, and Balkans. Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time?
Time is now.
Racist fate, rise up, we evolving. I should be chilling and I should be lamping. We're Frederick Hampton, somewhere in the Hamptons. Talking advancement, let's really be candid. And Fred and Colin Kaepernick niggas always getting canceled. Why they want my head put on the mantle? He get a badge and then he think he Rambo. No, they don't really care if we die. All our leaders dead, push me to the edge. We right at the ledge. Look at the outcome, I'm up in the Malcolm. Y'all thought we couldn't do it without them, but we killing the system and isms that come whiter than talcum. Whiter than Becky's and Kansas dancing the Hanson. Whiter than Marilyn Manson skin getting cancer. White as manifest destiny and Western expansion. White as the White House for shell decked out the mansion. White as an Oscar party where the white people dancing. They all beat nigga, why they keep dancing? They dancing cause they own all the mansions. They dancing because they hold all the ransom.
You'll never timid my image. Oh no, forever legitimate girl. I know why they pray on a Trayvon. It's been a madness since day one.
This goes out to anyone engulfed in great white supremacies, shark fins, racist, haters, bigots, and Balkans. Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time we blackballing? Ain't it about time?
Time is now.
Racist fate, rise up, we evolving. Blackballing, blackballing. Ain't it about time? Ain't it about time?
Time is now.
Ain't it about time?
Time is now.
Ain't it about time? We blackballing. Ain't it about time? We blackballing. There be no more imitating the black that you be hating. The black that built nations. Cause we blackballing you racist. Love.
Let us stand together for ourselves, for each other, for truth. Understand there's always a choice. Be courageous. Choose love. Love!
Blackballing, be courageous, and choose love. We use that line in the chorus, race is fake, because it's a social construct that human beings came up with for power and commerce and greed at the end of the day. And it's affected all of us, regardless of what side of the spectrum you fall upon. And it was important for us to put that one line into the song, because culture is real, our differences are real, and we celebrate all of those things. But the idea of race, the idea that we are different because of our color or our hue, is pretty ridiculous, quite frankly.
Yeah. Or that those different, I mean, there's differences, but the differences doesn't make anyone better or less than, is basically what it is at the end of the day, the way we see it. And just like, you know, a lot of us are vegan because we have empathy and we can feel, to some extent, feel the pain and the suffering of animals. And it's the same thing just with other humans, you know, to have that empathy and to see yourself in someone else, you know, whether it's human or non-human. You know, I'm sure all of us have asked the question, would I want this to be happening to me? And if the answer is no, then we don't do it to others.
We don't do it.
You know, there's the lyrics that I sing in the bridge of that song, "You'll never timid my Emmett." We're talking about Emmett Till. And there's an Emmett Till in all of us. He was innocent. He was just a young, innocent boy, full of love and full of joy. You know, you'll never timid my Emmett. You're not, like, we're talking to the idea of hate, which is, you know, racism is a form of hate, a discrimination and oppression. So you'll never timid my Emmett or ever ledger my Medgar. Medgar Evers was he was a leader. He was a leader. And they would silence his voice. Well,
down, yeah.
him, but not the message. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You know? Or ever ledger my Medgar. I know why we prey on our Trayvons and Trayvon Martins. Mm-hmm. It's been our madness since day one. You know, there's a Trayvon Martin in all of us. There's a Medgar Evers in all of us. There's a Emmett Till in all of us. So that's just what we're talking about in that part of the song, you know? It's these qualities that we all share, you know? Despite the differences in how we look, or what culture we're in, what part of the world we live in. So we put this message into our music.
Oh, I wanted to say something too. The other thing that's crucial and key is that, just like with vegans, we can empathize with other beings on this planet, with animals. I don't have to live the life of a pig or a cow or a tiger or any of these animals to empathize with their suffering or with what they've been through. And the same thing goes for race and ethnicity. So this song speaks to all of us. Mm-hmm. And even though it's a story told through the African American perspective or narrative history, it's about all of us. And it's about the idea of pain. And we can pain is a commonality because everyone feels it. We've all gone through things that have made us feel disenfranchised or hurt or put out or left from outside of the party, you know? And so the whole point is that we tell these stories and they may have a certain perspective, but they actually apply to a lot of different things. So
the next song that we're going to play for you is called New Human. This is our next single that is being released on September 19th. and is coming out with a music video. And this ties in everything that we're talking about. It ties in the connection of humans, of non-human animals, all the earthlings on the planet, and the planet itself. So there's this message of oneness, of love, of kindness and compassion and hope and upliftment. And what we're going to do right now is perform New Human for you. And like I said, we're releasing it on September 19th. We hope that you all will follow us on Instagram. Our handle's at Wake Up Experience. Please go to our website. It's the www.thewakeupexperience.com. Join our mailing list. There's links to all of our social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. So we're going to perform this song called New Human, and this is with the backing track. So this will be kind of close to what the record sounds like.
Kind of close. This will be the record, baby.
All right, here we go, brother.
Let's get it. Hey.
Prenez soin de vous, Agacole aussi. Prenez soin de vos enfants,
Yeah.
de vos femmes et de vos hommes. Agacole aussi, femme belle.
Forget my credentials, forget my resume. They won't matter when I'm at my wake. Did my cocoon help me see my way? Or did I cocoon in united hate? These heavy thoughts not for featherweights. These for eaters of keto that need a better taste. Pick up the vegan life, put down the deviled eggs. My one wish, the world worship Mother Nature to bring a healing. 11 levels to levitate with the prayers to meditate to open up the heaven gates. Call it a getaway, call it a better place. Call it your Medicaid or call on a shred of faith. Affirmative action ain't never brought no level play. But a powerful track can impact my entire human race.
We are the creators of our world today. We must look within it where to make a change. I believe there's an answer. I believe there's a truth. Freedom for all beings. We becoming no human.
Tell them rise, tell them rise.
We becoming no human. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We destroying our kingdom, the earth and seasons by arrogant eating is running amok. The planet is bleeding, the animals screaming. We living like demons, repelling the sun. But we are one, be steady, my yawns. When God give you a vision, take it and run. Old meanings eroded, hope persona demoted. Don't ingest other beings, your body gon' do you bogus. I love my sober, I'm cleaner than Oprah. Super soul every Sunday, put the charge in my motor. Mozart, I compose and rise as Moses. Reupholster my purpose, no wall and no borders. Like Kyle Corver, no bricks in my mortar. Props to Herc, he paved the way for all us.
Shout to the goddess, my wake up flawless.
Girls run the world, boys fortify the fortress. Hey. This ain't about no wins or losses. Who get the most money or who is the bosses? Y'all seen Greta, she looked exhausted. How dare we kill our kids and cut their options? Beat, proceed with caution. The world really sold black bodies at auction? That's bullshit, worse than a forced abortion. If you the wrong species, illegal, you're torture.
Aimons tout être vivant. Protégeons les animaux et les plantes. Agacole aussi, femme belle. Faisons de l'amour notre roi.
We are the creators of our world today. We must look within it where to make a change. I believe there's an answer. I believe there's a truth. Freedom for all beings. We becoming no human.
Yeah, rise.
We becoming no human. We becoming no human. Yeah, 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 yeah.
One human, one love, one tribe, and one movement. That same love's fueling our blooming. Peace flow fluid, this prayer, the new human.
So we are releasing this song. This is our next single, September 19th. And this is an alert, 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 alert vegans worldwide. When we put this song out, we're going to do a watch party. And we are going to try to get as much engagement as possible during a 2-hour period so that the 758 million vegans worldwide can help this message and help this track to elevate as high as possible. That is a huge, huge number of people that believe in a unified message And when you see the video and see all of the vegans that we have involved in this so far, you're going to see a beautiful tapestry of different faces, different religions, different belief systems, but all with that commonality of veganism. And it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. We're going to perform one more song. And this is actually going to be our next, not New Human, but the single after New Human. And this has a really, really strong vegan message, like really, really strong. It's called I Don't Belong to You. Mm-hmm. The first verse shares a lot of my personal perspective and experience based on, you know, going to vigils, doing different forms of activism, seeing slaughterhouse footage and all that, all that type of stuff. Evan has a second verse, and he'll share about his perspective on that.
Yeah, so the second verse is, again, I never thought I would be vegan. I grew up in a very traditionally African-American household that ate all the foods that African-Americans often eat, soul food and whatnot. And so my verse is about the transition from being in that world to becoming a vegan and what that means for me as an artist.
Yeah, and then the chorus and the third verse are 100% coming from the animal's perspective. Animals do communicate with us.
Absolutely.
If we pay attention and we listen with our hearts. But they don't use words. If animals had words, this last verse, and along with the chorus, is probably some of the words that they would share with us. So this song is called I Don't Belong to You. I've seen pain in their eyes, witnessing their tears, so hopeless inside. One can smell the fear for 36 years. I ignored their lives, was hypnotized, now realize no life is separate from mine. We are one love, one creation, different yet the same. It's a call for us all, rise up, recall the Most High inside us to be claimed. Claim your glory, claim your love, claim your peace, claim your power, and know you're enough. If you listen with your heart and soul, you'll hear the voices of animals go. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure.
Grew up on soul food, that blacker than cold food. That mama took scraps and made new from old food. So how does old food wind up in Whole Foods, searching for plant-based and turned up to bran flakes? I went vegan cause I hate we make animals meat. Today we took billions of lives, no eulogies. Then we dumped millions of bottles into the sea. And you call me a weirdo on some cruelty-free? I preferably would urge you to work with me to treat every life form more deservedly. We really in the state of a freaking emergency, cause corporations only give a damn about currency. So I hope you feel the sting of this work of beat that's going hard as Joey called strong for the world to see. CNN, newsflash, we in the beginning stages of the whole world going vegan. Hear the excuse. Why should I feel the blues? Cause I gave them my shoes. I'm human by birth, that means I'm running the earth. I'm top of the food chain, every species observed. Now vegan move, you about to step on my fur.
I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. Can you see me? I just want you to see me. Please save me from the habits you've learned. Will you love me? I just need you to love me. Can you hear me? I just need to be heard. I'm not your product, I'm not your food, I'm not your entertainment or here for you to use. I'm not your belt, purse, couch, jacket, or shoes. Not here for you to rape and murder, there is no excuse. Cause that is my fur, that is my skin, my wool, my baby's milk that you are stealing. I am innocent, I do wanna live, stop stealing our lives and our kids. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure. I don't belong to you. I'm not here for your pleasure.
Man, y'all give it up, please, for my brother Rise. Oh, that was beautiful, man. I got caught in that moment. Thank you, man. For real, thank you.
Thank you.
Tim's up here, so it looks like we're about out of time, it looks like. What up, Tim?
Tim, I'm not hearing you, brother.
Tim, I think you're muted.
Yeah, Tim, I think your mic is muted, Tim.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I didn't want to interrupt you. That was just absolutely fantastic. I was away there. I was so far away, I forgot to turn my mic on. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, really good. That's brilliant. So, yeah, we are actually out of time because the team have got to go home to start again in the morning. They've had long shifts, but that was a real treat. So before we go, if you just want to say a few words, then we'll just wrap up. But honestly, that was a treat. Are we going to be able to get that? Is that coming out? Or
yeah, that's going to be the single after the New Human, and it actually has a live band. This was a very stripped down version. It's got actually a live band. It's got more of a reggae vibe on the recording that's going to be coming out. We're not sure when we're going to release that, but it'll probably be towards, I don't know, the late fall maybe, or maybe, I don't know, maybe beginning of next year. We'll see what happens.
You had to keep in touch with us because, you know, that really is outstanding. I think you've really captured something there, a real sentiment.
Thank you.
Super impressed. And I'm sure all the people listening are. People, we're going to have to finish there because it is late in the UK. It's now, 11:05.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And indeed, famously, Bruce Springsteen got chucked off at 11:01 playing Hyde Park because he overran his license.
Wow.
So you're in good company, but we didn't actually cut you off halfway.
Hey, bro, let's just get that website plug in one more time. www.thewakeup.experience.com. Please visit our site, subscribe, follow us on social media. All our social media links are on our website. So
Yeah, And thank you, VegfestUK.
Yeah, and we'll be sharing that too later. So keep in touch, and you know we'll be sort of available to listen for another 30 days. So if you do want to send
Thank you, brother.
fans or any of your colleagues who want to listen, this will all be up there. It'll be on a record, probably by tomorrow, even up on the site here.
Cool.
So well done. Thanks, lads. That's really good of you. Honestly, the quality there was great. It's a wonderful way to wrap up, and I can see by my you know, you've definitely got a fan in our moderator. He is gushing with praise for you, and I'm sure he's not the only one. That really was a treat.
Thank you, brother.
So, people, we're going to wrap up there now. We're going to say goodbye. Good night. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining in on the VegfestUK Summerfest Online. It's gone truly global. We've been streaming live hip-hop from Los Angeles in the USA. Been fitting, nice on the wake-up experience. We're going to say goodnight now. I'll see you again tomorrow in the morning. We're up on 9 a.m. British overcast time, although you never know, it might be sunny. And on that note, we'll say goodnight. Thanks ever so much. Good night.